Hello, and welcome to another episode of Boxing with Paul. And today, I'm excited to bring you guys the Galaxy Tab A7 Lite, Samsung's starter data-enabled tablet. Let's take a look at it. Samsung released this tablet in June of 2021 to try to pick up some of the slack that is being left by LG, leaving the smartphone market altogether. And it seems that just like all of Samsung's starter devices, we get fairly basic packaging. I'm gonna show you guys what I mean by that. All right, so basic device and basic packaging. It is nice glossy cardboard with a glossy outline. However, thin cardboard. We're gonna put that aside. The tablet, here it is. We're gonna put that aside for a moment. We're gonna see what else comes included in here. We got a Type C to Type A USB cable. And on the website, it mentions this is a 15-watt charger. However, 5 volts at 1.55 amps, that's not really looking like a true 15 watts. Yeah, 775. Unless it's a variable output charger. Anyway, let's continue with the rest of the unboxing experience. Put that aside and see. Looks like in here we got terms and conditions, a quick start guide, and a cheap SIM ejector tool, and that is it. You get nothing else in here. No headphones, nothing else. No screen protector, no case, nothing. All right, so we're gonna put that aside. And here's a tablet itself. You can see that it comes packaged in this nice packaging that is kind of like cloth, although it's just paper. Okay, here we go. And here is the tablet itself. Okay, it's a very, very nice slab of aluminium in case you're overseas. We are rocking an 8.7-inch 800 by 1340 TFT display, so not the highest quality, unfortunately. And we're coming in at 374 grams, and that's making it substantially heavier than something like an Alcatel Joy Tab 2 tablet that comes in at 310 grams. So definitely a little bit heftier tablet. Again, that is due in part to that aluminum construction. Even though it's meant to be light, it does add some weight to the body. And inside we also have a 5100 milliamp hour battery to give us plenty of battery life, as well as 32 gigabytes of storage paired to 3 gigabytes of RAM, although this is offered with 64 gigabytes of storage and 4 gigabytes of RAM as an option. However, this one is not 5G enabled, as 4G is going to have to do for right now. And we do have dual band Wi-Fi AC with Bluetooth 5.0. Unfortunately, we do not have NFC in this one or any wireless charging. And it looks like it is asking us to insert the SIM. Actually, it's not letting us go anywhere without installing the SIM first. A lot of these devices usually will let you continue just in Wi-Fi mode, but it looks like that is not the case here. So we're going to install our SIM card. And meanwhile we're doing this, let's go ahead and take a look at it. On the very left side of the tablet, we have a very clean look. We have nothing but our SIM/SD card tray, where we are going to install our SIM. And in case you have an SD card, this is where you would install your micro SD card. We're gonna put this in there. Okay. At the very top of the tablet, we also have a clean look with what appears to be speaker grills. And again, I was reading that this is supposed to have dual speakers, but we're gonna have to test that out. On the very right side of the tablet, we have our power button as well as our volume rocker. And you guys, if this is your first time watching the channel, you guys don't know this, but it drives me up the wall whenever companies put the power and the volume button on the same side, because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to try to turn up or turn down the volume, and I'm going to turn off the screen. I'm going to be in the middle of a phone call, I'm going to be in the middle of a game, and I'm going to end it. It's not going to go well. I really wish they would put them on different sides, and if they're going to keep them on the same side, they could at the very least texturize the power button so that it's a little bit easier to be told apart. And also a pinhole microphone on the right side of the tablet. And at the very bottom of the tablet, it looks like we have some more speaker grills, followed by one more pinhole microphone, our USB-C port for charging and data transfer, still USB 2.0, and finally our headphone jack, just in case your Bluetooth earbuds happen to go out on you, or in case you still want to have your wired earbuds in there. Still a very nice touch to have. Now, on the inside of this, we are rocking an octa-core processor with the usual 4 and 4 configuration, where 4 of its cores are clocked in at 1.8 gigahertz for those lighter day-to-day tasks, and the remaining 4 are clocked in at 2.3 gigahertz for those heavier, more power-intensive tasks. And just immediately holding it, it definitely does feel like a nicer tablet rather than the Apple Touch Droid Tab. Just because of that aluminum construction, it definitely makes it feel a little bit more solid and a little bit nicer. The edges on it, they feel okay. I wish they were a little bit rounder, I guess. But for a $199.99 device, you really can't ask for much. And once we get into the tablet, we can see that it's a fairly nicely laid out tablet. You guys can just take a look at it. It's not the fastest tablet, obviously, but it seems like the processors seem to do an okay enough job to be able to handle light day-to-day tasks. I wish the processor was snappier, but again, this is a starter data tablet. This is available for $199.99. Usually, if you'd like a higher end, better spec tablet, probably something like a Galaxy S series and S Tab, or something even like an iPad would probably be even better. Right now, I'm currently downloading Speed Test app as well as Geekbench 5, so that we can go ahead and run a performance test and see what it really performs. But meanwhile, let's get a feel for it to see how it performs in day-to-day tasks, such as testing out something like the camera. Now, for our main camera, we are rocking an 8 megapixel lens that is able to shoot 1080p video, and our selfie camera is only a 2 megapixel lens, and I don't even know what kind of resolution that shoots at. However, we're gonna go ahead and, okay, it looks like we already took a picture even though I wasn't trying to. Why are you opening up Play services if I'm trying to just take a picture? Anyway, is what video looks and sounds like on the main camera of the Galaxy Tab S7. It is just atrocious. It's god awful. However, it is a tablet and it is cheap. There you go. And that was so bad. And it started recording again. Jesus, that's terrible. All right, and then is what the selfie camera looks like on the Galaxy Tab A7 Lite. Again, it is just god awful. It is pure garbage. If you guys can see me panning around the room, definitely the screen. I was starting to keep up, but a little while ago, it was having a really hard time chugging along. But there you have it. For a 2 megapixel camera, I have definitely seen worse. Not the worst thing in the world for 2 megapixels. Okay. And let's go ahead and, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's definitely chugging along. And your guys are going to be, I'm going to put this up there right now for you guys to see. It's definitely not the best video at all. But let's go ahead and continue. Again, if you guys saw that, just bringing down the status bar, definitely makes it work. It looks like it's still currently downloading Geekbench 5. It's still waiting on Wi-Fi. And Again, I just wish the processor was snappier. It's a nice looking tablet. It's a nice feeling tablet. It doesn't really look like a TFT display, especially in this light. You normally have a hard time seeing displays or panels like this, but we're not having a hard time seeing the display right now. Let's go ahead and try to fire up some YouTube. So then this would be what video looks like on YouTube. It seems like it's doing quite well actually. Let's go ahead and it's in auto quality. It's at 240p. I feel that if we turn it up, it's definitely gonna chug along higher. Let's go ahead and turn up the volume. Oh yeah! Okay, so it looks like Samsung was not lying. We do in fact have true stereo speakers in here. Again, one on this side, one on that side. That's actually pretty cool. If again, if only the processor on this thing was a little bit nicer. I am going to try to do some other testing on this. I am going to try to run some actual games on this and see how it actually performs. But as of right now, it's doing quite well. The screen doesn't look that bad. The viewing angles aren't the best. Again, because it's just a TFT display. However, it's just, you can do so much worse for this. You know, for the price for what it is, it's really good. Come on. So I mean, I know it's lagging out, but it'll play 1080p. Now, will the network hold up and will the network allow you to stream video at 1080p? That's a completely different question for a different day. But meanwhile, let's go ahead and see. Again, I'm pleasantly surprised actually. I'm pleased with its sound. It's not the best. It's a little tinny. However, it has stereo speakers. We can forgive it. And again, to reiterate, we do have an octa-core processor with 1.8 gigahertz in the efficiency cores for those lighter day-to-day tasks. And the other 4 cores are clocked in at 2.3 gigahertz for those heavier, more power-intensive tasks. Now we're going to go ahead and try to run Geekbench 5. Again, just reiterating some of that information we just went over. 1.8 at the efficiency and 2.3 at the power cores. We're going to go ahead and run this. Typically, this takes anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes, depending on how fast or how slow the processor is. I hope it doesn't take on the longer side. However, we will be right back with you guys as soon as this is over. Okay guys, and we are back. As you guys can see, that actually took a little bit longer than I thought. But we got a 158 for the single core and an 878 for the multi-core. So for the single core, that's actually pretty on par with the Alcatel Joy Tab 2 tablet, as we got a 145 on the single core for that. However, it looks like the multi-score excelled a little bit more, as we got a 518 for the Alcatel Joy Tab and an 878 here. And that puts us in, again, far behind, you know, if we compare something like a Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra, we're running at 158 versus 910, you know, way behind. We're not even on here. If we go for the multi-score again, something similar happens. We're not even anywhere near up here, but again, in comparison to the Galaxy S21 Ultra, we got 371 for them, and for us, we got an 878. So again, just considerable. It's definitely a starter tablet. It's not a powerhouse. You're not going to be editing any video on this. However, let's go ahead and see what our speed test is for our network. Now, I understand that right now this is peak time, that it might be busy right now, that it might be a little bit slow. However, I want real world tests, you know, like, because I'm going to be using this in the real world. It's not going to be getting used in a lab under ideal conditions. You're going to be using this every day. So let's go ahead and see how it does on a normal day, like right now, where it might be really busy, where everybody's on it. And actually, where were those megabits, where were those 16, 17 megabits per second a little while ago when we were trying to watch that HD video? Because right now it's doing a lot better than it did earlier. And it looks like for the download speed, we're somewhere around 5, 6 megabits per second, 8, looks like we're pulling now. That was not bad, and the ping was 15 milliseconds, so not terribly bad actually, considering that this is a starter tablet. That's not half bad, man. Let's run it one more time, just because again, earlier today it didn't do so well, and now it's starting to do better. There we go. So that's kind of like what I was expecting to see, 2 to 3 megabits per second, but again, now we're seeing 9, 8 megabits. So consistent speeds, I like definitely to see consistent speeds because if we all lived in an ideal world, I would be a millionaire, I would be doing very well, but I'm not, right? Nobody lives in an ideal world. We want to see how things perform in normal day-to-day life. And man, that upload speed has actually surprised me this time around with 10 to 12 megabits per second on the upload speed. And our ping was actually even less this time at 19 milliseconds, my apologies. Okay, we're doing quite well. And it might also be that it is just the initial setup of the tablet. I have not updated it. I have not given it any chance to redeem itself yet. This is just straight out of the box. But again, most people don't do updates. Most people just go ahead and start using it. Let's go ahead and see if maybe there's any software updates, just so that we can maybe blame some of the struggles we've had on that. But usually it just comes down to the processor of the tablet that it is not the best. And of course, it's up to date. So again, I wanted to bring that up that I do like the multitask they have going on here. We can see all of the apps so that you can quickly just pick one instead of having to scroll through all of them like you normally have to do on the majority of phones. So I don't know if, we can just slide up to close the Geekbench. We can slide up to close the Play Store. We can slide up to close the camera. We can go right back up to our speed test, or again, go back to the apps and perhaps go to YouTube so we can watch one of our great videos. Again, not terribly bad. Again, that processor isn't the best. We're gonna have to see it long term and see how it performs. Let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts on this? Would you buy something like this given its performance in the Geekbench, given its performance in the camera, as you guys saw? Or would you save your money and maybe get something like Galaxy S Tab, something a little bit higher up, or maybe even something like an iPad? But again, at $199.99 for a data-enabled tablet, then you can probably get less than that if you get it with a rebate at a major retailer. That's not that bad. Go ahead and comment, subscribe, so that also you guys can be entered into the giveaway for the A7 Lite Tab 2 tablet. The moment I reach 750 subscribers, I am going to be giving one of these tablets away. All you have to do is comment, subscribe, or let me know if you have something completely different, something that is not a Joy Tab, something that is not a Samsung, something that is not an iPad, maybe something that runs better for you, so that you can be entered into the giveaway for the A7 Lite Tab 2 tablet. And as always, thanks for watching.